On this video, let's count down the animated series of the 70s and 80s that were spun off from live-action primetime television. This list doesn't contain shows like the Super Friends, Superman, Batman, and other superheroes that were primarily thought of as originating from comic books more than their live-action counterparts. Gilligan's Island originally ran from 1964 to 1967, but was a bigger part of the 70s than it was the 60s, thanks to reruns. The show about a group of island castaways was turned into two different animated series. The first was The New Adventures of Gilligan, produced by Filmation, airing on ABC on Saturday mornings in 1974. There were 2 seasons made of that series. The original cast came back except Tina Louise and Dawn Wells, the actresses that played Ginger and Mary Ann. The next cartoon for Gilligan was Gilligan's Planet that aired on CBS in 1982.
Here on Gilligan's Star Planet!
Oh yeah.
This time Mary Ann's Dawn Wells was back, and she also took over doing the voice of Ginger. Addams Family, the TV series, originally ran between 1964 and 1966. The Addams Family showed up on the new Scooby-Doo movies in the 70s and included most of the actors from the original series. But then when it became an animated series in 1973, Ted Cassidy returned once more as Lurch and Uncle Fester's Jackie Coogan returned, but John Astin and Carol Jones did not. The Addams Family also had an animated series in 1993 where the only original actor to return was John Astin. The Lone Ranger TV series ran from 1949 to 57 and was turned into a cartoon series twice. Now the first one was in 1966, but the second one was in 1980. The original actors didn't come back, but in 1980, William Conrad was the voice of the Lone Ranger. He was really famous. He played as the Detective Cannon in the 70s, and he also starred in the 80s Jake and the Fat Man.
The Lone Ranger! Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver.
Now, the Brady Bunch TV series aired between 69 and 74 and was turned into an animated series called The Brady Kids in 1972. And that featured the kids of the show. The original actors came aboard for the first season, but a couple of them bailed on the second season. The series actually guest starred Superman, Lois Lane, and Wonder Woman once. It actually came before Wonder Woman's Super Friends debut. Now, Lassie ruled television for years before getting her own animated series in 1972. I'm not sure who voiced Lassie, but it has been said that Lassie's trainer, Rudd Weatherwax, hated the series. He said, quote, "The manufacturers of this rubbish have incorporated violence, crime, and stupidity into what is probably the worst show for children of the season."
Space, the final frontier.
Now, Star Trek became an animated series in 1973. Most of the original cast returned. It even earned an Emmy for Outstanding Entertainment for a children's series. The 70s TV series Emergency was adapted into Emergency Plus 4 in 1973. Cartoon features the show's 2 main characters, young firefighter paramedics Johnny Gage and Rory DeSoto, voiced by the actors who played him on the primetime series. It also added a plus 4 of young people trained in life-saving techniques, along with their pets. Now, Happy Days and its TV spin-offs, Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy, ruled the 70s, but they didn't get an animated series until the early 80s. First, Fonzie, Richie Cunningham, and Ralph Malph became time travelers on the series Fonz and the Happy Days Gang in 1980. I always wondered why Potsy didn't show up on that series. Now, in 1982, an animated series was created called Mork and Mindy / Laverne and Shirley / Fonzie. Now, practically every kid in America was watching the Dukes of Hazzard TV series about fast cars like the General Lee, and the bumbling sheriff Roscoe B. Coltrane. Now, it got turned into an animated series called The Dukes, which included the main cast members as the voices. But in the first season, it was the replacement Dukes, Coy and Vance. And then in the second, it became Bo and Luke, as they came back to the primetime series as well that season. Now, Alf was a popular kids' comedy in the 80s and was adapted into an animated series in 1987. Alf's voice, Paul Fusco, was the only one from primetime series to appear. It showed us what Alf's life was like on the homeworld of Melmac. Hey, if you like animation, we got a playlist of animation history and original cartoons I created for the TV Crazy Man channel. And also check out my other channel, Frady Cat Cartoons, for original family-friendly cartoons. So please subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications. Thanks for watching and have a great day.